Hello viewers, advanced point of sale. We have built this project using ASP.NET Core, .NET SDK 5.0. So previous version was .NET 5.0. So as Microsoft updated SDK version 6.0 and preview 7.0 right now, so we have updated our project .NET 6.0. So here's the login screen. If we log in, then here is the dashboard, the summary of invoices, recent invoices and monthly amount with bar chart. Here is, you can see item are highest earning by item with pie chart. So .NET 6 is long time support, so that's why we have updated from 5.0 to 6.0, and .NET 6 is pretty faster and project structure is pretty simple. In .NET 5 there is a startup.cs file, program.cs file, but in .NET 6 only program.cs file. So all database connection, dependency injection, all services we have to take care in program.cs file. So in this video we'll try to cover up latest update point of sale project and added new feature. So we have updated point of sale into .NET 6.0. we have added new feature like multi-language option, so we can change the language default English to Arabic language. So currently we just two language added, but the structure is pretty easy. You can add additional any language based on your needs. So if we log in the system, also we can change the language here. So left to right feature already also added. So we can see language has been changed in the sidebar, also the dashboard items as well. So I will show the demo with English language. So let me explain one by one new features. So I already explained the multi-language option. So we have previously we don't have the branch option. Based on the customer request, we have added the branch option. And you can add the branch. Let me add the just test branch. So test branch has been created successfully. You can check branch-wise transaction. Also in the user management, you can create branch-wise user. Let me show you how we can create a branch-wise. So if we added new user like test user, just d1@gmail.com. Password just simple 123 123. So here's the branch drop down. You can select the branch for you specific user. Let's say test branch. Specific user has been created successfully. So if we check, so branch test branch, this user for test branch. So if we create a new invoice, manage sales, in the invoice section, if we create a new invoice like test, you can add any test item, add item. So in the other tab there is a branch. Currently default branch is main branch. You can change a default branch, main branch, to another branch based on your setup. So if we save this invoice has been created. You can print the invoice with different format like thermal print. Also you can send mail to your customers, send mail this invoice, like sender email is system email. You can config this email as well. So receiver email, here is a customer. Also you can type the customer email as well. This is the email body template. So one invoice has been created successfully branch wise. If we check the report, sales report, transaction summary report, as we can see, all branch transaction has been showing here. If we select the main branch one don't have any transaction. But if we select the test branch, as we have one transaction, so we can see this one transaction is here. So point of sale is in this project, its main feature is point of sale. In the POS you can add different category items based on doing. Also you can search. So in the item chart already you already added a lot of items. You can change the quantity as well. If you just check out, so here we can see automatically invoice has been created with all item. Also you can add another item if required. So here is the payment details summary, also the transaction. If we select the full paid has been done. A customer new note TBD. If we save, invoice has been saved successfully. So here is the invoice. So in the POS section we have two sections, like full page item, also side invoice. So invoice, summary invoice, you can see parallelly once you adding the items, so that will be more helpful for user experience perspective. So if we check out, invoice has been created successfully. So manage sales, if you go to the sales, manage sales, you can see we have added 12 test invoice here. So invoice list you can check here. Also you can filter the invoice list based on the start date and end date. Also there is a search option here. You can search by item invoice. Let me show you how it works. So if we press the invoice, like if items, yeah, so invoice number not added in the filter, so I will add later. So another new feature we have added. So in the invoice section, like a different type of invoice draft, you can create draft invoice, a Quoto invoice, manage customer info. You can add new customer, sales return log. So we have added new feature, sales return, based on previously we don't have this feature. Based on customer request, we have added this feature. Here is the icon. Just if you press this icon, and entire invoice will be returned. Test data, confirm. So invoice 12 has been returned successfully. And if we go to the return log, you can see the notes and the invoice details. Reference ID is 13. So here is the invoice details. Also you can return partial, just single item as well. If you click the single item will be returned as well. So another new feature incorporated in this project, which is audit trail. Audit trail is important things for tracing database operation. So we have added the audit trail feature. So here is the audit trail UI. You can check table wise operation like update, create, which table has been data inserted. So all update and insert operation you can check here. So far we have done 363 add edit operation for this project. Test operation, all the operation was test. So initially some seed data, so initially 200 plus data has been inserted in the system. So later we have added some test invoice and other things. So as you can see, here is the table name, also the type, operation type, also the user ID who performed this, and date time. So audit tail feature we have added in this project. Also this project is a role based, so admin user, as we can see, can access all the pages, but other users cannot access all the pages. So let me show you how it works. So if we create a new user, as we already created test1, so test1 user can access just default dashboard page without nothing on his profile. So in the drop down section, if you select the manage page access, so you just see just dashboard and user profile allowed for this user. So let me show you how it works. If we log out and log in using this new user T1, so this user just access her profile and just plain dashboard. So if we add some new pages, admin user can add some new pages for this user. So let me show you how a admin user can access multiple pages for another user. So go to the manage user section, user management, and T1 user. If you select the manage page and add some text, like you can search the page. These are the role name, basically payment. So payment details report, draft, quotes, payment status, payment summary, payment types, all the payment related. Let's consider this user as a accounts user. So role has been updated. So if we log out and log in using this new user credential, then we can see some new pages added for this user. So as we can see, manage sales, invoice. So invoice, so this user can manage invoice all operation. Other page don't have access for this user. So if we user try other page like customer, it will be customer info. See, you don't have access to these resources. So specific user can only access specific pages based on the admin configuration. So if we log in as an admin user again, we can see all the pages. So in the reporting section, we have added item report. You can see high in demand. This is the some test 10 item high in demand, and also low in demand item, highest earning, lowest earning. In the manage items also, you can check out of stock, low in stock, damage item details, item history, warehouse, manage warehouse as well. Sales report, you can check sales report branch wise. I already demonstrated this feature. So test branch has just one transaction and main branch has all the transaction. So product wise sales, you can check product wise sell, like garlic, onion. So item wise sell. Also transaction details, so every transaction details you can check here. Also the search option here, transaction by day. Today we have almost 40 quantity sell, total turn 8, and total earn, total due. So all the details you can see, transaction by month. Just we have 1 month test data. Here you can see quantity sold, total turn, total earn, total due. Transaction by year. So we have added last 10 years summary here, total turn, total earn, total due as well. In the other report, you can check the barcode. So our item is barcode wise. You can add all of your item using barcode. Also our system is supported barcode scan in the invoice section. Let me show you how it works. So here's the rain powder. So barcode and rain powder barcode is here, and if we go to the new invoice, if you can update the barcode as well. Here's the barcode like ASTRTTXER, and if you press the update, so barcode has been updated successfully. So you can see new barcode has been set. If you copy this barcode and go to the payment section, hopefully I can see you. So barcode item not found, maybe system not updated. Let me add the existing barcode like yes. So in the item barcode, you can scan the barcode, automatically item will be added. You can change the quantity later. So new item has been added successfully. If we save, invoice has been created successfully. So using barcode scanner, you can add item and complete your invoice. So this is the point of sale. We have built this project using ASP.NET Core 6.0. Recently we have updated to 6.0, and we have used Entity Framework Core Code First approach. So you don't have to headache about the DB script, DB table, drop down data, and require test data. So initially just you have to run the project. So let me show you the code base. So I just open this project using VS Code. You can run this project using Visual Studio as well. So we have added the initial migration, updated migration. You don't need to add the new migration. Also you don't need to create DB manually from MSSQL server. Most of our client most of the time did the wrong things. They add manually database name in the database and run the project, and they got error. So suggestion is here, you don't need to create a database manually, just build the project and run the project. You have to just make sure the DB connection in the app setting.json file. Here we have added 4 different connections. So main single connection is con MSSQL, which has a username and password. Without username and password, no create for MSSQL, you can use this connection as well. So we have handled DB connection dynamically, and this project is multiple database support like SQL Server and MySQL Server. So in the program.cs file, you can see string name con MySQL, then MySQL database will be used, else MSSQL database will be used, and connection name in the builder, get the connection name. So DB connection string, here this connection name will be used. So as I mentioned earlier, .NET 6 just only program.cs file. So here you can see we have added the language, multi-language option here first, runtime compiler, also the DB connection already explained. And here is the identity set, identity option. We have used identity core for user management and role-based user login management. We have inject all services here. We have used like Swagger. This project is Swagger documentation supported. And later we have create app instance. So app is similar the previous .NET 5 app builder.build. So is development environment is without development environment. Here's the localization instance, redirection, authentication, authorization, sessions, and the map controller route is pretty simple. And we have add seeding data here, so all the test invoice to all drop down data, other data will create initially once you run the project without build any errors. So this is the basic overview of this .NET 6 project. We faced a lot of bugs issue, and we fixed all the issue. Finally successfully it runs without any issue. So we have used ASP.NET MVC. So here is our model. We have map. We don't use auto mapper. We map all the things manual. Manual mapper is pretty faster. Let me show you one map. Like we have mapped this manually here. And here is our all model name. In the controller you can find all controller, and in the view we have all view here. And view we have handle view section using jQuery. If we go to the www root project JS, all the view JS code here. So this is the very basic overview of project. And if you purchase this project from Code Canyon, let me show you where you can purchase this project. Advanced POS with stock manager. In the Code Canyon you can purchase this project, just $49 our base price. You will get entire latest source code which is supported .NET 6.0, also the user manual, so that you can run the project, some YouTube tutorials. So all the details you will get. Also will give you the complete tech support if you face some issue once you're running the project, DB connection, IIS development, and other issue as well. So hopefully we'll cover all the things like new feature, .NET 6 update, and point of sale, the major features. So our system is pretty faster. You can search pretty faster, and UI is fully mobile responsive. We have used admin LT 3+ something version. So let me before finishing this video, let me show you just documentation for this project. We have covered the running documentation so that you don't have any issue, you can easily run the project. So technical feature, how to run the project. Here is a screenshot. You just once you purchase the Code Canyon, you will download the latest source. And here's the DB connection. Most of the cases many user did not get the server name properly. Let me show you how you get your server name properly. You just go to your SQL server. I'm just using Azure Data Studio. Just type select @server name. So this is my server name, and if you run this script you will get your server name. So for DB connection, definitely server name will be your server name. And database, you can set any database name. Username is your SQL username, and password is your SQL password. So once you confirm the DB connection and build the project, as I mentioned earlier, just run the project. Also this project is Swagger supported. Let me show you the Swagger documentation as well. So if we go to the Swagger documentation, we can see all the documentation automatically created. You can check and get REST API request. Advanced POS System version 1. So let's resume the documentation. So you can run the project. So port number will be 5005. It was old documentation. Anyways, I will update later. Here's the main dashboard screen, some report screen, also the demo video, app screenshot, some tutorial, IIS development, DB connection, MySQL DB connection. And finally, if you feel free to, if you required any tech support, always you are most welcome to communicate with our WhatsApp, Telegram, Skype and email. So hopefully everyone enjoyed this video and liked our project. So please purchase from Code Canyon, and here is our project main feature. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video.